It's Christmas Eve, and we got another van tour on a Ford Transit 250 148 for clients in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They named this van Sandia. Follow me, and I'll show you what we got inside. Before we jump in, flares. In the bed area on a Ford Transit, without doing flares or bump outs, you can only get about 74.25 of length. For someone that's 5'11" or taller than me, I'm 5'10", that's gonna be a problem when you add a pillow. Ideally, you wanna have at least 75, 76. With these, we can get 78 on both sides. We always powder coat the flares to the exact color of the van itself. In this case, it was pretty easy. It's this Oxford white from Ford. Flares can come with a slider window, and that's exactly what we did here. Come on inside. I am sitting on this convertible dinette. This is in sofa mode or day mode. This is a great way to relax if you're not dining and you don't need a table. How do we turn it into dinette mode? It's really easy. Cushions fold up. Just have to loosen the hydraulics, and then extends all the way up. Twist a couple knobs. And what was once sofa cushions now becomes a dinette with backrests. Now we're all set up to work, to dine, to play games. Very multifunctional, multi-versatile. We love doing this type of stuff in all of our vans. This van has not one, but 2 pull-out pantries. The first one's here. 3 tiers, 1, 2, 3. Great for dry goods, great for storing tall, skinny items. So we call this a bookend. This is another solid table or shelf. Anywhere you can have a flat surface in a van is important. We do a large slider window in this style. This can open to a screen. Normally, this is where we would put our toilet. The clients opted out of having a toilet in this van. So this is a large storage area. And we have the same thing on the other side. Moving towards the kitchen, this is a 42-inch wide kitchenette and has a 16-inch counter extension for even more space. We like to do the drop-in covers with our sinks from Ruvati. When you're not using the sink, consider another counter. Many times we do a half pony wall here. Clients wanted a full wall to sort of isolate this space, create a little bit of privacy from the kitchen and the sleeping area. But look at how much overhead cabinet storage we have in this van. It's a lot of square footage of storage. Since the Transits slope down in the front, to maximize the storage on this shelf, we do an open concept. And this is another place to grab something that's maybe more easily accessible, something quick, flashlights, a jacket. This is a great spot to store that. Our freshwater system under the bed feeds our sink. To run the sink, you simply just press the water pump. You're gonna get a reading on how much water is left in your freshwater tank. We are full, and that's gonna make our sink live. The sinks, like at home, have a spray option. They're really powerful. They can serve water well. We love our sinks. Directly below this is our water heater button, red for hot. When you turn this on, wait about 10 minutes and you're gonna have hot water at both your sink and your outdoor shower. Underneath the sink is our gray water catch. A 7-gallon gray water tank is underneath. And the beauty of this design is you can also access this water tank from outside. So this would be the preferred way to access the water tank. Simply unbungee it, dump it on your campfire at night, start fresh in the morning. It's a really easy system, but it works. Also in our kitchen, we have a drawer, stored some remotes for our fan and our air conditioning, as well as a fridge freezer combo from Dometic. Full temperature control. You can set cold, you can set mild, you can freeze the whole thing just by clicking a few buttons on the inside of the... Why have one pantry when you can have 2? So anytime we have a tall, skinny area that most people would consider dead space, we love to put pantries in, maximizing the use of space in our vans. This van has a lot of storage considering it's a standard 148 Ford. It's not the extended. We have multiple zones of lighting in this van. Puck lights over the kitchen on its own zone. And then we have an ambient lighting zone. That's that one. And then a separate 2-puck lighting zone over the dinette. Since we're on this wall, we're showing off a few of the features here. So every outlet we install in the van is going to be a 110, as well as a USB and a USB-C. 4 things can charge off this one outlet, and we have 4 of them in this van. Next to it is the heater control. This is our Eberspacher B2L AS3 heater. It's running off the gas tank, the fuel tank of the vehicle. It uses about 1/10 of a gallon of gasoline an hour. Keeps this van super toasty. It looks like a sauna right now. It feels like a sauna when you run this, and you can keep it really warm, even in the winter. Directly below it is our Victron Energy BMV 700. This is going to give you all the battery information and power information that you need to effectively camp or live out of your camper van. It's showing you your battery percentage, how much amps you're drawing, how much watts you're drawing, how much amps are coming into the van, your runtime. You can also access all this data on your phone. Sometimes you don't want to use your phone when you're out camping. Put that thing away. You don't want to look at it, right? That's the whole reason you're out, is to disconnect. This gives you the reading you need quickly without having to Bluetooth or connect your phone or dig into all of that. This is an access store. Lots of storage underneath the van. I prefer to pack my van where right here is a bin with items I might need for cooking or anything that doesn't fit in this main cab area. It's very easy to grab and use with this access store. We were talking about the bed. The bed is 78 inches long because of those flares. And so we're powder coating the flares to match the color of the van on the outside. And then we're also upholstering the interior of the flares to match the inside. There's some window covers on them as well. Keep the van nice and dark at night. And again, the flares are extending the length of the bed, making it possible to sleep east-west and ultimately giving you more space for living and kitchen and dinette than you would if you were to sleep north-south. Lastly, in the bed, we have 2 reading lights. These also have their own USB and their touch. As I shut these cabinets, directly above the bed, we have all sorts of cooling options. A fan, an off-grid air conditioning unit. These are able to run off-grid, no shore power required, with the lithium battery bank underneath the bed. First line of defense, go with the fan. You're gonna use less power, but if it's one of those days when it's just too hot and you need to run AC at night, you can easily run your AC. It's gonna keep you cold all through the night. I think that's the inside of the van. You guys wanna see the back? Before we leave, just check this out. We call this the best seat in the house. Swivel chair. Could work as a desk. It's a little high, but the swivel chair is another way to occupy the inside of the van. All right. Underneath the bed, we recommended a 400 amp hour Battleborn lithium battery bank system. So you can see everything's wired together. These are the GC2s. We like the post position on this style of battery. We also have storage, more storage on the floor, storage up behind the inverter, all the appropriate fuses, connections, protections, breakers. Everything is very clearly labeled and easy to understand. That's the name of the game with us. We want this to be easy, but we want it to be high tech because high tech is fun. Easy high tech, you can't beat that. That's what we have here. We're running a 3000 watt Multiplus 2 inverter from Victron. This is allowing us to have 110 or 120 volt outlets in the van, allowing us to also have the shore power on the outside of the van. So this van can charge 3 ways: shore power, the solar on the roof, and while driving or running the van. We're running a 50 amp DC-DC charger. So you're getting 50 amps directly to your battery bank while you're driving to the next campsite. On the other side of the wheel well is our water system. 33 gallons of fresh water over the passenger side wheel well and an outdoor shower to go along with it. That clips up. Extra water pump switch back here. When that's fired up, you should be able to run your water. Boom. Turn that off. Lead your line. Everything's waterproof. You don't have to worry about drips. You're gonna get them when you're camping. Don't worry about it. Vans are meant to get a little wet. How do you get a hot shower? It's from this water heater we do above the water tank. This is a Kuma 6-gallon electric water heater. You can see it tied into the water pump as well. That's allowing us to have hot water in both the sink and the shower. We're talking about flares. You can see it on this side as well. We have them on both sides along with those windows. The flares can come with the windows. However you guys want it, we can do it. We can keep it stealth. We can keep it windowless. We can add windows like this van. Whatever you want, we can do. Up on the roof, we're going with the Flatline Low Pro roof rack, and we're mounting our awning directly to it. What's nice about the roof rack is we are able to mount the solar panels directly to the roof rack. This allows us to easily move the panels if we need to, replace the panels if we need to. It's much preferred to mount solar panels to a roof rack. You could certainly do it directly onto the van, but why put more holes in the van if you don't have to? I hope you enjoyed the tour. We're Boho Vans. We build Transits, we build Rams, we build Sprinters, we build it all. If you want a van, you like this one, you hate this one, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the platforms. We're Boho Vans. Thank you.